The first crack appeared in her voice. "I'm not happy anymore, Daniel," she said, crossing her arms, her tone trembling between fear and defiance. "Either you change, or I'm leaving." Change. The word hung in the air like smoke after a gunshot. I stared at her across the kitchen island, the same one where we'd shared midnight pizza after moving in, where I'd once slipped a ring onto her trembling hand. And now she wanted me to change. "For what?" asked voice low. "What exactly do you want me to change, Emily?" She looked away, biting her lip. Her hair fell across her face, the same face I used to brush my fingers against every morning. "For us," she said, forcing a smile that didn't reach her eyes. "I need more attention. Or effort. I can't keep feeling like I'm the only one trying." I wanted to argue. I wanted to tell her how hard I'd been working, the long hours at the firm, the endless meetings, the pressure. Everything I did was for us. For the house, the life, the security. But something in her tone, that strange rehearsed rhythm, made me stop. It didn't sound like a cry for help. Sounded like an excuse. Over the next few weeks, she became distant, the kind of distant that doesn't scream or slam doors. Instead, she smiled too quickly, checked her phone too often, and avoided eye contact like guilt itself was reflected in my eyes. She started dressing differently. New clothes, subtle perfume, that extra care in her hair. At first, I told myself she was just trying to feel good again. God knows I wanted her to. But then there were the late-night texts. The sudden girls' nights, that didn't include any of the girls I actually knew. The phone she never left face up anymore. It's a strange thing, how betrayal creeps in silently like a gas leak. You can't see it, but you feel it. That uneasy pressure in your chest, the instinct whispering something's wrong. And one night I decided I needed the truth. It was a Friday. She'd said she was meeting Hannah for drinks. I smiled, kissed her cheek, and told her to have fun. She smiled back, but her eyes flickered, just for a second, like a guilty child caught mid-lie. After she left, I waited. Then I followed. I felt pathetic, childish even. A husband tailing his wife through the city like some jealous cliché. But when you start doubting someone you love, sanity doesn't whisper. Screams. I parked across the street from the restaurant she said she'd be at. But she wasn't there. Her car, however, was parked 2 blocks away, in front of a small boutique hotel. And then I saw her, Emily, my wife, my partner of 8 years, standing on the sidewalk with a man. Tall, well-dressed, the kind of man who carries himself like he knows he can have what he wants. She smiled at him. That smile. The one she used to save for me. They went inside. Together. My heart didn't shatter, not right away. Cracked quietly like glass under too much weight. I sat there for almost an hour, gripping the steering wheel, my knuckles white. Then I drove home. She came back around midnight. "Long night?" I asked, pretending to scroll through my phone. "Yeah," she said, forcing a yawn. "Hannah and I had so much to talk about." I looked up at her. "Oh yeah. Which Hannah?" She froze, just a flicker. But that was all it took. You know Hannah from work." "Funny," I said, standing up slowly, "because I called Hannah. She said she hasn't seen you in months." Her lips parted, her eyes widened, not with guilt but panic. "Daniel, you followed me," she whispered. "No," I said quietly. "I trusted you. That was my mistake." She opened her mouth, closed it again, then looked away. Her shoulders sagged as if the truth itself was a weight she couldn't carry. "Who is he, Emily?" Silence. "Who is he?" I shouted this time. Her eyes glistened. "It's not what you think." "Then what is it?" Cut in. "Tell me how meeting a man at a hotel at night is supposed to mean anything else." She broke down then. Tears, shaking hands, apologies tumbling out between sobs. "It just happened," she cried. "I didn't plan it. He made me feel seen again, Daniel. You're always working. You're never here anymore." Her words sliced deeper than any knife could. "I was working for us," I said, voice trembling, "while you were finding yourself in someone else's bed." For days, the house was silent. We didn't speak. She slept in the guest room. I slept in our bed, or tried to. Every time I closed my eyes, I saw her smile at him, heard her laugh, imagined hands that weren't mine tracing the lines I used to know by heart. And then one morning she dropped another bomb. "I think we need space," she said quietly. "Maybe I should move out for a while. Just to think." I laughed, not out of humor but disbelief. "You already moved out the night you cheated," I said coldly. "You just forgot to pack." She flinched. "Daniel, please. I know I messed up, but I don't want to lose everything. I just need time to figure out what I want." And then she said it, the ultimatum. "If you can't forgive me and let me stay, then I'll file for divorce. But if you love me, you'll give me a chance to prove that I can fix this." It was absurd. She was standing in the ruins of our marriage, demanding mercy like she deserved it. For a moment I almost gave in. Because part of me, the stupid, hopeful part, still loved her, still wanted to believe this was something we could crawl back from. But then I saw her phone light up on the counter. Text. "Miss you already. Can't stop thinking about you." The same number from the hotel. Her face went pale when she saw me read it. And that was it. The last thread snapped. "Get out," I said. Cold. Final. She blinked. "Daniel. Get out." Tears welled in her eyes again. "Please don't do this. I'll end it. I swear." "No," I said, stepping back. "You already did." The next hour was a blur. The sound of drawers opening, bags zipping, her quiet sobs filling the space that used to hold laughter. When she finally stood at the door, suitcase in hand, she looked back at me, the same way she did the day we got married, except now her eyes were hollow. "I never meant to hurt you," she whispered. "You didn't just hurt me," I said softly. "You killed something that took years to build. And the worst part, you didn't even look back when you did it. Left." And for a moment, the silence in the house felt heavier than any scream. It's been 6 months since that night. I still see her sometimes. Not in person but in flashes. The way she laughed. The way she used to wrap her arms around me from behind while I cooked. I replay those moments, wondering where exactly it all started falling apart. Maybe it was me. Maybe it was her. Maybe it was both of us slowly drifting until someone else filled the space I didn't notice was empty. But love, real love, doesn't demand ultimatums. It doesn't wonder when things get hard. She taught me that. And as much as it still hurts, I'm grateful, because now I know what I'll never accept again. Sometimes losing someone isn't punishment. It's protection. And when her ridiculous ultimatum finally backfired, it didn't just end our marriage. It freed me from the illusion that love could survive without truth.